Hey everyone, it's James from Genuine, and today we're going to be talking about engine oil for your Buddy 50 scooter. There's a number of important things to consider when we discuss engine oil. I'm also going to go into the oil fill procedure on how to do that properly. But the first and most important factor is the oil that you put into your scooter is the only thing that is protecting your engine from failure. And what that means is you want to use the best oil available. Now, the owner's manual specifies the type of oil that's required for your scooter, and that is called JASO FD. JASO is a Japanese standard that was made to grade different levels of oil, and FD is the highest level of oil grade that you can attain for two-stroke vehicles. So FD is always going to be a full synthetic oil. That's the first factor you need to consider. And all FD oils will have an FD label prominently on the bottle. It may be on the back. In this case, we sell Genuine oil ourselves. We actually formulated this oil because people were having difficulty finding the proper oil at a reasonable price. But our oil has the label on the front, but every single JASO FD actually certified oil will have this FD label prominently displayed either on the front or the back of the bottle, and there will be a 9-digit code. Now, many oils that will say they're JASO FD, compatible, compliant, it meets the specs of JASO FD, don't buy that because it's not actually certified by JASO, which is a Japanese oil automotive standards organization, to actually say that it is in fact what they're claiming it is. So this is actually certified by an independent agency. So this is what you need to put into your scooter first and foremost, JASO FD oil. Genuine oil is the lowest priced JASO FD on the market. There's other options, Motul. You don't have to necessarily buy this. We're not telling you to buy Genuine oil, but this is the highest quality and at a great price. This oil will work very well for your scooter. The second thing you need to be aware of is your scooter has an automatic engine oiling system. So once you put oil in here, there's an oil pump, and that oil pump delivers oil into your engine to lubricate your engine, and that's the only thing that prevents it from failure. One of the things that we see happen is people knock the scooter over, it gets hit by a car, they drop it in a slow speed crash, the wind blows it over, whatever. When your scooter falls on its side, you can create an air bubble on the intake side of the oil pump, and that will prevent this oil from flowing from the tank into your engine. So if your scooter tips over in any situation, in a crash, a tip over, a car knocked it over, whatever, you need to bleed the oil pump. I recommend that you visit your local Genuine dealer in the event that you do experience a tip over. But if your bike tips over and then you go try and ride it, there is a percentage chance that you do have an air bubble, and it will cause something called cavitation on the intake side of this oil pump, and that will prevent oil from flowing from your tank to the engine. Next thing you know, you have a potential for engine failure. So, two factors to consider. Now we're going to get into how to properly fill your Buddy 50 with engine oil. Okay, the oil fill location is located under the seat on the Buddy 50. Use your ignition switch to open the seat, and you'll see the fuel fill location is here. The oil fill location is here. Just simply remove the rubber top. This is where we're going to add our JASO FD oil. Once again, you only want to use JASO FD oil in your scooter. Using any other oil could potentially void your warranty, cause engine damage, etc. Again, JASO FD is the highest level of lubricity for engine oils for two strokes. Also, it burns the cleanest. Your scooter has a complex emission system, and part of this oil will burn off in the catalyst, and this will keep your exhaust system clean and from carbonizing as well. That's the other factor in the JASO rating, is how clean the oil burns. So again, JASO FD only, otherwise you could potentially void your warranty. Now let's get into how we measure the level on oil fill. Okay, as we discussed, this is the oil fill location, but your oil tank actually lives in this area of the scooter underneath here. So what that means is there's a tube connecting them. And if you just keep pouring oil until you see it at the top of this neck, you're going to overfill your scooter with oil. Not necessarily the end of the world, but what will potentially happen is you may see drips of oil on your garage floor, and nobody wants that, right? So they feel like there's an oil leak. And all that is because the hydraulic pressure of the oil being at a much higher level, it forces the oil to kind of slowly seep out around some of the seals that are around the oil level sensor. So this vehicle is equipped with an oil level sensor that will tell you, provide a warning light. If your scooter is getting low on oil, you will see a warning light illuminate on your dashboard saying, hey, I need oil, please fill me. That requires a level sensor. That level sensor is located in the top of the tank. That's located in this area. And if you do overfill it, there potentially could be small leaks from that area. So what we're going to do is we're going to open this access door, simply remove the thumb screw here, and this allows us a visual of the actual oil tank. As you can see, this is the oil tank here. So here you can see this is the oil level, the darker portion, and then the lighter portion is where there's air in this tank. So this tank is not overfilled. This is about where you want to fill it to. So every time you add fuel, you want to check your oil level to make sure there's sufficient oil in there. I generally fill up for every fuel tank. I fill my oil tank up just to make sure. It's best to carry a bottle of oil with you at all times. In the event you end up on a longer trip than you originally planned, you have oil with you. Just keep it right here under the seat bucket. So I'm going to show you how to fill, and again, you just want to monitor the oil level as it pours down. There's going to be a delay from when you pour it here as it goes down the tube to what you see the level actually become here in the oil tank. So be cognizant there will be residual oil that resides in this tube that will slowly enter this oil tank after you fill here. So let's get into the fill procedure. Just simply open the bottle, and you want to perforate the foil, and then you just fill up here. Slowly pour it in. Don't want to do this very fast. And you could stop and monitor. You can see the oil levels getting higher because we just added oil. And again, that's about the right amount of oil, so I'm going to stop right there. It's important to get a visual when you're filling oil just to make sure you don't have oil leaks at the oil sensor location. And that's it. We're going to replace the cap here. Simply press down, closing this here. This access door that helps us visualize the oil level, and it's a thumb screw, so just twist it tight. So this is what it looks like if your oil tank is overfilled. There's oil from this fill point here all the way in the tube, all the way down to this tank. And so you see when I press on the tank, it actually comes out. Do not want this situation. This is overfilled. So again, always monitor the oil level at the tank as you're filling in this location. Once again, I'm James from Genuine Scooters, and make sure you have JASO FD in your vehicle at all times. If you have any questions, call your local dealer or visit genuinescooters.com for more information. Also, all of this information is contained in the owner's manual, which can also be found online at genuinescooters.com.